Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're in for another review of Love After Lockup or Life After Lockup. I have been missing for a while. I actually filmed this video last week, which was a review of both episodes, I think the last two episodes, and it just won't render. I don't know. I guess the file is corrupt. I simply just cannot seem to upload it anywhere or even edit it and have it exported to YouTube. I don't know why. So we're gonna review last week's episode with a little hint of the previous episode. I don't want this review to be super long because it does not need to be. So let's get into our first couple, Angela and Tony. So Angela kicked Tony out and he's outside sleeping in the car. Of course, after this, horrendous night of being in a hot ass car, he comes back to Angela, begging her to at least brush his teeth, take a shower before work. And that is when we see Angela's shield that she was claiming to have crumble right before her eyes. So she let him back in and she allowed him to stay until, I guess, whenever she comes back from work. So a whole ass 8 hours. Okay. And afterwards, she meets us with her sister Donna Ree, whose name I fucking love. And Donna Ree calls her an idiot, and rightfully so. Donna Ree can see right through the bullshit. Angela can smoke all she wants and talk about this resolve, but it's quite clear that she's willing to break down her defenses and bring Tony back in her life. I mean, Angela's sitting here talking about all this BS that love conquers all, and Donna Ree, rightfully so, said that's a crock of shit. And it is. It's complete utter bullshit. There's something that Tony can offer Angela. Tony has shown that he's a piece of shit. Tony can't even act that well. Like, to me, when I see him on the screen, I feel like his efforts in proving to Angela he's interested is so bare minimum, and yet with Angela, she's willing to just take it. Ugh, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Cat. Okay, so our next couple, Cheryl and Josh. Bitch, I don't give a second for a fuck about these two people. I think Cheryl is a completely unhinged individual, and Josh simply is here for Cheryl because she's the only person to put up with his BS. So Cheryl and Josh broke up, but I guess Josh can't find any other girl who is quote unquote loyal to him the way Cheryl's dumbass is, and so he wants to get back together with him. And Cheryl revealed to her sister, who has all the sense in the world, I guess Cheryl does not, that she's going to move in with Josh, pick up her kids, and move over with him. And of course, sister like I am like, that's stupid as fuck. And Cheryl doesn't want to be judged, but how can we not? How can we not? She doesn't even bring all of her kids, because I think financially she just can't. Instead, the other two children, I believe she has 3, are going to be moving with her parents for the moment, but she took the youngest child with her to move in with Josh. Okay. Josh then reveals to his mama she gonna be there. Mama don't like Cheryl at all. Josh's mama thinks Cheryl was trying to get with her old ass man. I'm like, girl, nobody on this history of this fucking earth is trying to get with Josh's mama's old man. Get over it. And Cheryl moves out to, I actually don't know where they are, Idaho, whatever. I have zero idea, but she moves out there. Her car breaks down. She calls Josh to pick her up. Josh ain't got a car. He's heavily relying on his mama, who's doing laundry right now. So she got to stop laundry, pick up Cheryl, and she just can't stand her. I think in the beginning they try to be cordial to each other, but there's only so much fake bullshit they can do. And then she tells him straight up, you have only 3 days to be here. After 3 days, get the fuck out of here. And she was adamant, child or no child, Cheryl, Josh, and that baby, a little 3-year-old boy, gotta get the fuck out of here. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little shocked. I was like, 3 days? Damn. Is that even enough time to look for an apartment? I mean, but at the same time, shouldn't have Josh be looking for something at the very least? If you knew that Cheryl and her kid were gonna come out, I think he himself should at least start the search so that when she's there, they can continue and they wouldn't have to be so stressed out with a 3-day time frame. The mama's laying down all the house rules of, she's ain't gonna cook for them, she's not gonna clean for them. Cheryl finally fucking snaps and curses at her, and I was like, ooh. For someone who's giving you and your child a roof over your head, even for 3 days, I think we should shut the fuck up. But anyway, as usual, Josh and Cheryl are trash. There's nothing else I can say about them. Nothing. Besides that they're trash. And you know what? Speaking of trash, let's move on to Shane and Lacey. So Lacey from not last episode, but you know what I mean. After her blowout with Shane, and she's like, you don't have to be married to me. She's going out looking for, is his name Josh? The dude she's always hung up with. I don't remember his name because he's so insignificant to me. But anyway, she's looking out for him, for John. Whew, baby. She's out there calling and searching for this man. She finally has this epiphany and thinks either hospital or jail. Whew, what a surprise. It turns out to be jail. So he got caught with a DUI and some other drug paraphernalia, and now he's in the slammer. And he has no bond. Which actually makes sense because you just got out of jail and now you're back in your same bullshit. So I don't necessarily see John come out any soon. However, I saw the preview of the upcoming episode, so that's definitely has changed. And Lacey she completely broke down. She was crying, and I personally couldn't empathize because to me, once I drop an ex, he's done. That person, I don't give a fuck. And I don't really see a tie to John because you were cheating on him when he was in prison, soon to be released to be with you guys. So clearly you didn't value the relationship. And second of all, he's not the father of your children, so there's no need to really have any ties with him. I just don't understand. But then again, I'm a little cold-hearted when it comes to exes. So she comes back to Shane. She tells him that he's gone. He's just gone. He's gone. I'm like, he's gone, girl? Don't phrase it like that. You sound like he's dead. And Shane himself was like, well, damn, bitch, he dead? So she finally reveals to Shane that John is in jail. Shane is happy as fuck because he ain't got to deal with Shane's ass no more. All right. So then let us move on to the next couple. What's on our list, Kitty? Lamar and Andrea. There's not much I can say with them because we didn't even see them last week episode, and the week before it was just Lamar getting used to life in Utah. Now it's not official that he's going to be moving there, but at least he's experiencing the Utah suburban lifestyle. And to him, he pointed out the lack of diversity in the area, which can be tough. It can be tough, especially for Lamar. Andrea might be able to just forget that she's black, but Lamar can't. Lamar is from LA. He seems like a very proud brother. Nothing about him screams, I'm willing to hide my blackness or, attune to whiteness the way that Andrea does. Because to me, Andrea puts white as right. Anything that has to do with white people is like supreme to her. And I think she's the type of person who, like it's Black History Month right now, but I feel like Andrea wouldn't give a Southern fried fuck. I don't think she would ever teach her kids like Zora Neale Hurston or Ida B. Wells, nothing. And so she gets in an argument with Lamar, is like, fuck race. And it was a very harsh reaction from her, It was like, she's ready to stab somebody over this shit. And so he gets up and leaves because Nala was like, y'all are too grown for this shit. Stop it now. And Tennyson decides to pull Lamar aside to really hear his point of view, which I appreciated. It's so sad to see the children display far more maturity than Andrea ever will in her entire fucking life. Like, I can't imagine my mother being Andrea. I can't. God, I can't. I mean, here you are getting pregnant by fucking prison inmates. Bitch, my mother would never. Well, that's Andrea and Lamar. Let's move on to our next couple. Our next couple will be Brittany Marcelino. I mean, we all figured that Brittany had a hard life. For her to be in and out of prison so many times, we found out that she had, I think her current child's going to be her 5th child, which shocked us all. But we didn't really know the full extent of her story, and she revealed in this episode, or last 2 episodes, that her mother, who she's starting to rekindle a relationship with, and her sister, and her mom had an accident in Alaska in which a house blew up, a gas leak, which, god damn. and burned, I want to say, over 85% of the mother's body. And now they're moving to Las Vegas for her to better take care of her, and her sister's going to be there. So it's kind of great to see that Brittany's really getting her family back together. But in order for Brittany to truly move on with her relationship with her mother, she has to address the elephant in the room, and that is her mother's alcoholism that prevented her from being the parent that she needed to be in order to raise Brittany right. And Marcelino and Brittany's sister kind of advised her from like holding back because it might be, I guess, too much for the mom to handle. But I totally agree with Brittany where she cannot shy away from it. You can't move on from such a dramatic and hurtful experience of both of your parents and bring them back in your life and simply never talk about it. It has to be known. And she revealed to her mother, she took her out to the desert where apparently is where Brittany used to sleep when she ran away. I mean, full story. Brittany ran away, came back to the house. I don't know if it was a house or a motel, and her parents were gone. Just got up and left. And from there, Brittany kind of had like a lifestyle of where she was never really dependent on her parents at age 12. She was sleeping in the desert, meeting a 30-year-old who happened to be the father of those two children she gave for adoption at 12. 30-year-old and 12, a fucking pedophile. Like, And of course, meeting with the 30-year-old and I guess his posse and then making Brittany commit crimes for them, and she's the one going in jail because she's the one who gets caught. I mean, it's just astounding. And the mother, of course, is just filled with so much emotion. And I must say, I'm grateful that her mom was open to hear it. I mean, at the beginning, she kind of got up and left, and the very first time she talked about it and cried. But then in the end, the mom is willing to hear what Brittany is saying and truly apologize. And that is something that Brittany, I'm so happy she's able to experience that, because there's a lot of fuck ass parents out here. There really is. Thank God I'm blessed with some good ones. But my father, hell, both of my parents had fathers in their lives who weren't shit. Didn't give a southern fried fuck about them. And they both have passed, but I don't think they were ever open to retribution, or at least willing to apologize or acknowledge their fuck shit. And some parents sometimes just like, okay, whatever, I was on drugs, get over it. And her mother was not. So I really appreciate that. And I'm so happy for Brittany. I really am. I'm just excited that Brittany is one of those people who are able to truly turn their lives around after being in prison for such a long time. And it's just kind of to see, you know, it was like good drama, but drama that's turning into a positive thing. Like, I can learn from Brittany, from trying to make sure like you never give up to pursue, you know, being a better person. So it was nice to see that, you know. Okay, so next couple, on the flip side of that, we'll go with Clint and Tracy. Tracy's back in jail. I mean, we all knew that. We saw it from last summer when the news broke that she was back in prison. And it was funny because the preview, the guy was like, find out next week the shocking truth as to why Tracy is back in jail. And I'm like, drugs? Duh. Let's be real. When Tracy got with Clint, she was still addicted to drugs. I think at the time it was crack. And even when she came back out of prison the second time, and, you know, her and Clint were trying to get back on track, I don't think that Tracy was equipped with the proper tools to at least try and manage her addiction to the point where she could actually kick it aside. I mean, she just got out of jail and that was it. There's no counseling, there's no support group. Your husband is Clint, who, in my personal opinion, I personally, like, Clint himself has dibbled and dabbled, allegedly, into drugs himself. I don't think it's just weed. Because when Tracy and Clint got arrested, they were going to Las Vegas or Texas, someplace to visit their family. Instead of just getting a motel and sleeping at a motel, they decided to just park their car somewhere and sleep there. And they were awakened by the police officers. They took them out of the car. They began to search their vehicle, which, are they able to search without a search warrant? Was there really cause for it? Anyway, they found a weed pipe. Weed pipe on Clint, which, and, you know, Lacey just couldn't hide it. She had meth on her. And that's what I'm thinking about. There's like moments in which Tracy's able to leave, and I don't know what it's like to buy math. I'm just picturing like Breaking Bad, which I didn't even watch that show, where you go out to some very obscure area and you pick it up. Like, where is Tracy able to get this stuff? Even the crack when she left, like where was she able to find it? Because it wasn't like when Tracy got out of prison, I don't know, like how she's able to find people no matter where she is. You know what I mean? I wouldn't know how to buy weed in New York. I think the best thing I probably would do is call a friend who might know someone, but whatever. Tracy's back in prison. She's sad. She's also suffering through some type of eating disorder. She looks like a hot mess. It's very depressing to see it because I really did like Tracy and Clint. I think they got their fuck shit, but I just enjoy them. I don't know, I do. And Clint broke the news to his parents. His parents are not here for it. They're not here for Tracy anymore. I mean, I think they were able to bond with her over the time, but seeing that she's back in prison, they're just done. And that's also a thing that kind of makes me wonder, like, when do you give up on someone who is facing addiction? Do you ever? I mean, Clint truly does love Tracy, but I don't think that Clint is mentally himself is a person to be there to help her pull herself into sobriety. And I also don't think that it's fair to put that pressure on Clint. I think Tracy or anyone who's suffering from addiction definitely needs a support group. Leave them be does not help them. It just makes them further go deep into the dark end of where they just die, in my personal opinion. But then again, that's such a, I don't know what I would do if I had a partner who suddenly started getting addicted to painkillers, for instance. Like, how do I support that person? But I just don't think that Clint himself is the guy. Like, Clint to me, like, he might join Tracy in smoking some crack. Personally speaking, just something about him just looked a little rough. Just saying. Okay, so our next couple, let's see in our list. We have blah, 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 blah. All right, Michael, Sarah, and Megan. Everyone are fools, as usual. But let's break down the foolery. So Michael's sick in his hotel. Megan comes to visit him and give him soup, take care of him. And while he's in his bed, she goes to his phone because she suspects him talking to other bitches, which he is. And then he finds her going through his phone. They get into an argument. And next thing you know, to knock on the door. And guess who it is? What's his name? Rock? The dude that Megan she says she kissed him. But to Rock, he has implied that something else has happened. Rock is there to reveal to Michael what's going on. Michael and him have a conversation. Michael's very upset that his homeboy would do this to him, which I mean, fair. If I can just overlook for one split second Michael and his BS, if my friend was fucking with my girl, yeah. But at the same time, I feel like Rock and everyone else doesn't give a fuck because Michael isn't one to talk. He's literally talking to so many women. He has a wife and he's talking to women. He has a wife and he's with Megan. So Rock reveals that he actually has more feelings for Megan than we all let out to believe. I just assumed they were like, a very, I wouldn't say innocent, but a light flirting shit. And according to Megan, that's all it was. And Rock has some deeper feelings. So then Rock, Megan are in the hotel room. Michael's giving them the floor to say their piece. Rock reveals his feelings to Megan. Megan's like, no thank you. I was just a hurt ass bitch who wanted to take revenge and I did it with you. Now, so if Megan and Rock had sex, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Because the part of me thinks that maybe they fooled around a little more, perhaps. That could be a possibility, but it's up in the air because at this moment it's Rock's word against Megan's word, and I don't know Rock from nowhere, and something about him screams I don't know, for him to reveal such intimate feelings for her over a kiss. Niggas don't do that often. Maybe this could be the case where it is, but then he also mentioned that something else happened. I don't know. Head? Who knows? So Rock is heartbroken. Megan don't want him that way. He is finally dismissed Megan demands Michael that he stop talking to other women, and Michael didn't say yes, no. He was like like mumbling. You know how I do. You know how he does all that mumbling shit. Just mumble. And she finally leaves, and then he is talking to some girl on the phone in Miami, talking about, I'm trying to see you in a bathing suit. Yeah, you know, I'm trying to be out there. Come on, girl. Side note, before we go into Sarah, these women who are giving Michael money, I'm hoping that it's just for the storyline, but I doubt it, because there are people who are that stupid. And I'm judging you. I really am. What the fuck are you getting from Michael? You ain't getting dick. He gotta scrounge money. And by scrounging money, he has to get it from you in order to visit you and give you the pipe. Michael's not cute whatsoever. That 4-head, 5-head, all the head in the world. Rock is a much better looking person than him. The conversation that they have, I mean, quite frankly, both of them, that girl and him, sounded so plain Jane. I just don't understand how he's able to finesse so much money, how he's able to finesse Megan, Sarah. I don't know. Is it just women just have low self-esteem? Like some women just don't truly see the value of themselves, that they're willing to just put up with BS? I don't get it. Like, I was having a conversation with my friend the other day about a guy who I was trying to go on a date with, and I was asking him, like, where do you want to meet? Because we were supposed to meet in an hour or two. And then he simply texted me back saying, I'll let you know when I'm ready. And then silence after that. I'm not going on a date with him. And I didn't. You're not going to talk to me that crazy. Like, what do you mean? I'll let you know when I'm ready? Bitch, we're supposed to meet in an hour. And it takes me, I live in New York. It takes almost every other New Yorker fucking 45 minutes at best to get to a place. Ugh. So I just can't imagine just dealing with somebody who blatantly lied to me about being married and I'm still here. Whatever. Let's move on to Sarah and her little story. She reveals, I guess she's trying to like build up a case or prepare herself for making sure that she gets full custody of her children, because technically speaking, Michael still has, custody of his kids, and even though he doesn't do anything for them in terms of financially speaking, he can't just take up the kids and just, bring them wherever he wants with them. And Sarah wants to protect herself in that regards. And I understand that, and I'm glad she's moving forward. When will this divorce be finalized? When? She also was able to get more details about financial support. Apparently, Michael could only, if he doesn't have enough money, can only give probably the minimum of $25 for the children. And it's quite clear that he's getting money, but she really has to prove it. Luckily, Sarah seems to have access to every information to Michael, including his phone bill, bank statements, so perhaps she can really build herself a case. And all that money that Michael's finessing, will Sarah be able to see it. And then she goes out to the town with her homegirl, who everyone on the internet, like Bondi Blue and Ashley, always keeps saying that her friend wants to fuck her. I don't really get lesbian tease from her, but whatever. So they go to the bar. I'm hoping her and her friend can just have a great time. But of course, Sarah starts talking about Michael. And then some dude who Bondi Blue said looks like Sticky from Proud Family shows up, and they start talking. I really enjoy the fact that Sarah, right from the jump, revealed her story. She's like, I'm a single mom. Technically speaking, I am married, but we're no longer together. I'm going through a divorce. I got 2 kids. My name is Sarah. How are you? And I enjoy that. Just out on the table. And homeboy, who she was talking to, aka Sticky, was not phased. He was like, all right, okay. You still with the baby daddy? You not? All right, cool. So I didn't really see this part, but I saw like a picture of it. I guess they were, about to say goodbye to each other. Next thing you know, they're shoving down their tongues in each other's mouths. And that was not something that I wanted to see. It just wasn't. Well, anyway, that is Life After Lockup. The foolery continues. I gotta finish watching the episode that just happened on Friday. I cannot wait. I started watching it. Oh, the BS. Oh, the sweet BS. I will watch that and get back with that review. Thanks for watching, and bye.